Hey everyone, I shared some thoughts this morning on Instagram to my stories about letting go of identity, letting go of the stories that you tell yourself or that others tell you in order to get through a tough time, in order to get through grief or loss, or just get through a tough time. Honestly, it can be any emotion that you're going through. And what I said in my stories was the advice that I would give myself if I could go back a couple of years was, when I was going through a tough time a couple of years ago, was to let go of the stories, let go of the identity that you have created. And I thought I would just share a story explaining what I mean by it. A few people replied and they really understood it and agreed with it and loved it. And I know a lot of people may not understand what I meant. So this story that I'm going to share is to help explain it, also just to share it because I feel like it. This story is going back to grade 5, so it's nothing embarrassing, something that I'm happy to share, still interesting and hopefully proves my point. So in grade 5, I was nicknamed by the teacher Young Einstein because I was smart. I was good with numbers, spelling, reading and writing, comprehension and explaining things, and I got called Young Einstein. I really liked it. Who wouldn't? It's a compliment. And yeah, I was good with numbers and maths and things like that. Anyway, one day in class, I was really struggling with the maths we were doing. From memory, it was long division, but maybe it was long multiplication or whatever that's called. Decimals or fractions, maybe. Decimals stumped me for a little while. Anyway, I was really struggling in class to comprehend, to figure out what we were doing and get the answers on my own in the way that the teacher was trying to teach us. And the other kids seemingly were doing okay. They said that they could get the answers or whatever. I felt dumb. I felt not smart. I felt a lot of things and I cried. It was like one of the only times I remember crying at primary school. And when the teacher asked what was wrong, I remember crying and saying that my cousin was sick in hospital and I was struggling to concentrate because we've been up late, maybe, and I'm stressed. Now that was true, that was happening, but I know now that that wasn't true, and I think I knew at the time because that's why that memory is there. I could feel, I think the memory is there because I knew it's a feeling to go back to because something was off. I was overwhelmed with feelings and I said something that wasn't true, but it was all I could manage at the time. I don't remember feeling like I was lying or anything. Anyway, what I wanted to share was the story that I was telling myself or had been told, or the thing that I identified as, among many things, was being smart. I thought I was smart. I was told I was smart. I got good grades and awards for being smart. I got nicknamed things. I was school captain and things like that for being smart. So being smart was important to me. Then an incident happens where that belief and that identity and that story is being challenged. And this is what we go through in life. And this is what, as an adult, you can look back to your childhood like I'm doing here, but as an adult, when things get challenged, when you feel upset, angry, bitter, anything you feel, what you'll do, I'm telling you, what you'll do is you'll believe the story to be true. Well, I am smart and I am the smartest in this room. So therefore, the reason I'm crying and can't do this is because I'm stressed. I'm smart. I'm the smartest in the room. Therefore, if I can't figure this out, it must be dumb. The teacher must be teaching me wrong. I'm tired. We assume that this part's correct and then we come up with reasons why. Most of the time, guys, this part is incorrect. The story you've told yourself, the thing you identify as, it served you for a little while, and these things keep popping up in your life to make you question your beliefs, question the stories, question what you identify as, and you need to learn to let go of it so that these things stop happening. So if you have common themes, common feelings in your life, you'll be able to find a common belief or story or identity. I wasn't smart in grade 5. I could recognize patterns. I have the ability to see numbers as more of a language and I can easily recognize patterns. I find it enjoyable and fun. It's followed me my whole life. I don't even know what smart means. Some people could appear smart because they have a great memory and they can just memorize things and recite it. Is that smart, to have a good memory? I have a terrible memory, but I can figure things out really fast. I can process things faster than others and explain it faster than others. That's a God-given ability, or an ability given to me by the universe, and I don't need to attach myself to that. That ability might leave me one day. So what happens is, when you identify with, let's say I'm the perfect mum. Let's say you share a lot of stuff about being a perfect mum, but then things start going wrong with your kids. They get sick. They start misbehaving. You almost become ashamed to share those stories, to admit that you've done something wrong or your kids aren't perfect. And that blockage and that lie that you're telling yourself will manifest in your kids misbehaving more and more, or you feeling resentment and getting sick because of it. You need to question the original story. You're not a good mum. You don't have to be a perfect mum, is what I should say. You're a great mum. You're a good mum. But you don't have to cling to this idea of I'm a perfect mum, or everyone looks to me for mum advice, but it's a lie, or it's a facade, or something that served you in the past. So anyway, that's my story about being smart. I still don't think I'm a smart person. I enjoy being called smart though. But what happens is, I let go a couple of years ago when I learned this stuff. I let go of feeling smart. That's not me. And do you know what's happened since? I've learnt so much more about the world and about myself. Information comes to me as easy as it did in primary school, and it stays with me. I know things about the Bible now. I know things about the brain. I know things about numbers more than ever. The information just comes to me. I've gotten rid of that block, and now if something happens in my life, I'm not triggered to the point where I need to cry because I feel dumb. If someone says something that I don't understand, I can literally just feel calm and ask and be intrigued, and then decipher if I like the information or anything like that. So if there's things triggering you in your life and you have a constant theme, try and trace it back to what are you connecting to? What are you identifying as and clinging to? If you can let go of clinging to that, you'll be able to work through the grief, or work through the anger, work through whatever emotion. You're clinging to something. I promise, if you're going through something for too long, or it's a common theme, you are clinging to something. We all do it. It serves us as kids to give us a bit of identity and ego, to find our place in the world. And as you age, as you mature, you're allowed to let go. You don't have to be the same person tomorrow that you are today. You're just a pleb. You're just a blob like me, and we're just trying to get by. Hope you found this helpful. I've enjoyed sharing it. If you want to catch up for a chat, check out my website and book a call, something like that. Nutrition, programming, and sharing funny stories from primary school. Cheers, guys.